Jonathan, so you put 7 Zillow Home Loan pre-approvals through. I want to know how you did it. Can you explain it to everybody? Hold the microphone closer.
Sure. I mean, where I start obviously is the buyer packet. You know, I guess my first question to everyone online and in the room, do you actually show up with a buyer packet, and do you actually know what's in the buyer packet?
Yes.
Because if you don't, that explains a lot.
Pretty much guarantee that any agent who leaves the team or doesn't produce on the team does not have a sales box in their car and does not use buyer packs.
Because I'll share something with you,
Guaranteed.
Andy.
Yeah.
My first couple leads that I met with when I first joined your team, I didn't know what was in the buyer pack. And I tried to do that like on the fly.
Yes.
It didn't go so well.
Yes.
You know?
I remember those times.
Yeah. And people were looking at me like, you don't know what's in there and you're proud of it.
Yeah.
Okay. It shows, guys. So when you show up. And I know that sounds kind of redundant, but it's true. If
exactly true.
What you're selling, you're going to do a lot better at selling it, and people are going to trust you a lot more.
I think, again, Jonathan, it's so important that everybody understands we're doing this not just for fun. Actually, we don't do it for fun. We're not doing this for fun. We're doing it because we're serious about making money. And $6 billion worth of leads is a serious business proposition. And that's what we're receiving this year. So guys, be super professional about it. Be super studs in the real estate business, which is what you are. So 9 Zillow Home Loan pre-approvals, show up with the buyer pack. What else? How are you doing this? How are you making it work?
Yes. So in the buyer pack, there's a lot that's going to support you through making that transfer. If you, like I said, if you've read through it a little bit, and also establish relationship with the client, right? You want to find common ground. If you have some similarities with the buyer, if you can make a connection. I guess my next question to everybody is, do you know what that means to establish relationship with the client? Do you know how to do that? And there's no judgment here, but it's important. If you're asking me how to do it, do you guys know how to do that?
So bootcamp covers that a lot. We cover that initial introduction. And it was so interesting, Jonathan, in the boot, how many said, wow, I'd never heard this before. The customer. So again, bootcamp is a fantastic way.
Right.
Why would you wait to the soccer game to practice? And suddenly, it's the end of the game. And you're like, oh crap, I got to do a penalty kick. And yet as salespeople, unfortunately, that's been happening, not just on our team, but on many teams. So you're going to see through your meetings that boot camp is an essential ingredient of our 90-day money-making plan. And Jonathan's right. Know your scripts. Know how you show up. Funnily enough, when I worked with Xerox, so when I was 21, I had no idea how to show up. I showed up late. I showed up not dressed properly, or I showed up without the right brochures, and they would ask me questions. I'd have to say, I get back to you. I hadn't, in our case here, I hadn't run a local analysis on Compton or Lakewood, so I didn't know what the properties were selling for. I was not a professional. And they took me away to a camp. I was in that camp for 7 days. Every day at the end of 7 days, they set me up in front of the executives, and I had to pitch the executive. They recorded it by video. They played the video back to 20 of the best salespeople in the country, and we all critiqued each other. Let me tell you something. You learn bloody quick. And we don't do that in our industry. We just go, well, no, I don't do it that way. Well, you suck after 20 years. So maybe it's time to learn, right? So the whole point of this, guys, is that we learn how to be professionals up front. That's what we're learning together. Do we all agree? Do we have an amen in the room? Yes? All right, Jonathan, go with me, brother.
And just to add
yes, and amen.
Yeah.
When you show up, show up with a smile, be upbeat, look them in the eye. Don't be down, hey, I want to tell you about Zillow Home Loans.
Yeah.
It's one of the better options out there.
There's a lot happening in my business right now. It's really tough. And I just signed up with Uber because I suck so much at real estate. But Uber's, not that anything's wrong with Uber, but you understand my point, right? If you show up and say, hey, you my Zillow agent? Yeah, wow, you got time. I see that Zillow sign and the Lyft sign on the back. Oh, weren't you the one at the corner of the off ramp on 4th and Main the other day saying we'll work for real estate leads? Anyway,
Jonathan, I have a question for you. Establishing that relationship with your client, are you finding out their why immediately on the first meeting, why they're looking to move?
Of course. Yeah, if they'll share it with me, yes. I'm always probing questions. I'm constantly trying to figure out what's your goal. You know, if they'll share the goal with you, then you know exactly what they want to do. Almost 80 to 90% of all the meetings I go to the first visit, if you do show 3 and you come prepared, at some point they're going to like one at least, or even if they hate one, they're going to be like, hey, how much is my payment going to be? Okay.
that's exactly right.
That's wide open. I mean,
If people share with you what they hate, they're going to share with you what they like.
exactly.
So I'm going to give a little story about it. Anybody want to hear a quick story? Yes. I don't care if you want to hear it or not. I'm going to tell you. So in that, we had Mother's Day. Well, I guess you have Mother's Day too. We have Mother's Day on, when was it, Sunday? And so I go to bed. I'm exhausted by those things. You know, it's family. You got to be nice. That already is a huge challenge. And you reach the end of the day. We do Mother's Day, and I collapse in bed. She's still awake. You're like, you went to bed without a net? You must be crazy. I know. Anyway, so I fell asleep. She's up, and she's dinking around on her phone. And the next morning I wake up, and she's stinking around on her phone, right? I think his name's Bob, by the way. So if there's no, I'm teasing you. So she's stinking around on her phone. And she's, honey, I posted some photographs last night. I said, well, that's great. On what site? That's a bad joke. And so I said, great. You photographs? She said, yeah. She said, I had 1.2 million views last night by 7 o'clock. So this morning, there are 6 million views. It's our family and a couple of other issues. So 6 million people looked at this thing. By the way, another one that I posted of her at Javier's, where's Guadalupe? Mirka, you hear me? I posted the one of Annette walking into a restaurant, 900,000 views.
You see me in the background dancing.
Yes, we do. You sweetheart. It was so much fun. But look, Lupita, this is what crazy. And Mirka, I just thank you so much because we were sitting in a huddle of tears on the floor. No, not really. But Mirka says, Andrew, your guys' enemies are your friends. So the whole point in this, that you looked at one of the videos of 6,600 comments, of which 6,492 are full of hate. So I systematically go through and I say to them, thank you so much for tripping the algorithm. Thank you so much for tripping the algorithm. So when I texted back 6,000 people, I don't know if you know this, but it creates a push notification on their cell phones saying you got a message reply, which makes them look at the video again. So every time you have a reel that clogs, you send a message, you send a reply comment to everybody who commented 48 hours before. So then all the people who 48 hours before saw it go, I don't remember what this was to. They have to click on or tap on the video that's relevant to the comment. So what's the point? If you find out what people hate, you're also going to find people and you're going to find out what they like. And that was a long story around Jonathan's point that if people tell you what they hate in a house, you can find out what it is they like. So if you don't like this, what do you like, right? So you understand my point. And that's exactly what you're doing.
Correct.
Jonathan is finding out. So I'm going to ask you this. Tell me one of your clients, why are they buying a home from you right now?
One of my clients is buying a home from me right now because they're about to have a baby and they need more space and they want to get out of mom and dad's house.
When's she having the baby?
On your birthday.
May the 20th, just in case you guys don't know. So she's having a birthday. I'm going to sign a birthday card for her today.
Yeah, that's right.
So somebody online, I'd like to hear from two of you. Tell me, tell us, tell everybody here about a client of yours. Why are they buying a house? Go.
I have a client right now who is buying a house for her daughter.
Perfect. Perfect. And let's hear another one. Why is a client of yours buying a house?
Yesterday, I'm working on a new client due to just opening the door for him while waiting on my Zillow client.
Okay, and what's the bottom line? Why they want to buy? Why do they want to buy?
I don't just to have their own House.
To have their own house. Okay. Why are your clients buying? Somebody else. Why is your client buying?
They want to foster a child. So
Look at
they
that.
are buying their own house so they can get approved for that.
Okay. Are they motivated?
Very motivated.
Yeah. Who else? Why is your client buying a house? Let's hear from it. Joetta, why is one of your clients buying a house? I think she's at work. Or Habib, and she's at work. Habiba, why is one of your clients buying a house?
Because
Susie.
they want to move in together as a family. So mom lives separately, husband, wife live separately. They're all moving in together.
I love that. Love it. Susie, why is your client buying a house?
4 generations of families combining together because great grandma can't live by herself anymore. So it's all great grandma, granddaughter.
Talk about pipeline. That's pipeline,
Yeah.
isn't it? Evelyn, why is one of your clients buying a house?
I have a question also.
Yeah, hit me. Let me just hit Vicky first. Vicky, why is one of your clients buying a house? Guadalupe, she'll answer immediately. Watch this. Why is one of your clients buying a house?
First time buyers, and another one is transitioning from Taiwan.
Okay, and why do you think Guadalupe sits in escrow? Because she knows what her clients are doing. So you're nailing it. All right, let's come back to this, my brother. You hit one.
Quick
Please,
question.
of course, no quick.
Why is it important to know the why?
Let's ask that online. Why is it important to know why your client's buying a house?
It's the entire motivation for why they're buying. This is Howard. My biggest success story is knowing exactly why my clients want to do what they want to do. Their whole heart for moving. I've got one of my clients is moving from Palm Desert to Palm Springs because all her friends, she's transitioned into a different lifestyle, and all her friends are in Palm Springs. She wants to move there. You get into people's lives. You want to know what's going on. You're befriending them. We're not selling houses. We're making friends. And so knowing the why is 100%. And I just wanted it because I had my hand up earlier. I just wanted to join with Jonathan there and just say, hey, man, you know exactly what you're saying, being prepared, going out and knowing what you're going to say, being scripted. Andrew practically begs people to come and suck up his information when he's got such a plethora of information. My first 6 months, this is my third year. My first 6 months with Andrew and the team, I was in that office every day, almost 7 days a week if they'd let me be there. I never left. I was just sucking up everything I could possibly do. I've been in the business for 22 years. I sold me a handful of homes in 20 years. In the last 2 years, I've been with Andrew and Annette. I've sold over 50 homes and 30 of them in the last 12 months.
Let's hear it for Howard. Come on, guys. Let's hear it. This is fabulous. Did you record that, by the way? Do you mind if I use that as a testimonial, Howard? I love it. Can you?
Oh, absolutely, brother.
Have a V8. Look at the time on the video right now, where it's at on the video track. Give him that time. Have him extract that time. I want it on social media in 48 hours. Okay, make it happen. Got it? All right, so lovely. Yes.
He used to pull the why out all the time. When they said, oh, my payment's too high.
Next question.
Escrow company's doing this. Oh, when they would complain or want to pull out, I would pull out that why and I'd put it right in front of their face. Let's talk about why you're buying this house. Don't you want your kids to go to this school? And then you utilize that throughout the whole transaction to keep them engaged so they don't cancel.
Exactly. That was my next thing I was going to say is, once you have that why is it important and how is it so integral in the whole process? And she nailed it. Because every objection, you just keep bringing that why until you get the close.
How important is that when there's a physical inspection, there's a repair to do, or when the payment's $200 more than they thought? How important is it?
It's the same thing. It's like, do you want to continue renting? Do you want to continue doing all of the things that you were not complaining, but all the pain that you're trying to escape? And do you want the benefits of purchasing? Or do you want to just give up all of a sudden? What is $200 for your children's future? What is $200 for your family, being able to own real estate where, what is it? I don't know the statistic, but there's not very many people that actually own real estate now.
So what Jonathan's saying is just so valuable. It's breaking down the cost for people. Years ago, you remember this, when you would sell something, there were what was called door-to-door salesmen. That's when people had doors on their houses that people would knock on. It's kind of a really strange last century idea.
Of my Cutco knives from to door
Cutco knives and encyclopedias, right? And people would knock on the door and they would go, and the question would always be, how much does it cost? And what would a good salesman say?
How much does it cost for a clean house?
Yeah, actually, what they would say was, they would say, it's roughly $1 a day for you to keep your house clean. And so that's exactly what you just did. Because you know what their why is, getting their kids in school, you can say, look, it's $200. That's roughly $7 a day. Is it worth $7 a day for you to keep your kids in that school? Right? So you're breaking it down into bite-sized pieces that everybody understands. You know, here, we're not about hype. We're here about teaching you how to be professional salespeople. These are the tools that people use. Come back around, Jonathan. Really great information. Now let's divert to Zillow Home Loans.
You got it.
So I'm your client and you're showing me property. How do you get me transferred to Zillow Home Loans?
What are the key things that you hear them say that provokes you to say, this is the time that I do it?
Most of the time I am leading by the packet, and throughout those pages, I go through page by page. That's another thing I do that I'm not sure everybody does. But most likely, either the first house or the second house, it comes up inevitably. What's my payment going to be, Andrew?
Exactly.
Roughly, it doesn't have to be perfect. Say, why don't we just do this? It doesn't cost you anything to get pre-approved. It doesn't ding your credit. It's free appraisal. It's match or beat rate. And it's a flat rate brokerage of $1,500. Now, I know you're going to go shop around for loans, and they're going to blow up your phone, and they're going to charge you a broker fee. They're going to ding your credit, and they're going to charge you to check your credit. Now, do you want to pay $200 to check your credit, or would you like to speak with Yumi Hernandez?
Bada boom. I think you need to repeat that. Say it again. Is everybody, and I see some thumbs up.
And then,
basically, again, everybody online, understand, I love you. If you've got me in the background and you intend to make $100,000 this year, you're making a mistake, okay? I should be in the foreground. Jonathan should be in the foreground of your mind. Focus, right? Are the people, by the way, I just want to check this because the real estate industry has changed. Are the people still in real estate who want to make $200,000 a year? Can I just see online, how many of you? One, Daniel Sievers. Two, let me just put my glasses on. Write this down.
Yeah, he's working.
Riffle and Daniel want to make 200,000. Oh, there's a couple
Yes,
more
sir.
here. Cliff. Howard. Well, he already is. So there we go.
Hey, Andrew.
We need that spirit back, Cliff, where we're badass and we want to make a ton of money and we're going to do whatever it takes to do it. Yes. Hit me, Cliff.
Hey, I got a question. How long has John been crawling out of his shy shell? Man, he looks just excited up there today.
He's sporting the shirt and it's like a quarter zip and he's had his hair done. He's got stuff. Do you hear him, Cliff?
Yeah,
Let's
I
hear a round of applause for
heard
Jonathan.
his voice. John, thank you for the tips. You're killing it out there.
Yeah, totally.
Appreciate you.
All right, I want you to go again. So make it a teeny little bit more simple because your close was amazing. I'm with you. How are you going to get me to call Zillow Home Loans? You started with the buyer pack.
Well, another way that I would do it is maybe like 20 minutes before the appointment, just get somebody ready from Zillow Home Loans.
This is good.
And this is something that Andrew did teach us, I don't know, 1,000 times since I've been here, which I appreciate a lot.
Are you good?
But, he taught us, just call the lender while you're in the appointment. Don't ask them anything because they're going to ask you what the payment's going to be. It's inevitable. And if you've been on an appointment, it's happened.
Why do you think some agents are sitting here thinking, wow, they haven't asked me what the payment is? Why is it that people would not ask what the payment is?
Well, they won't ask you what the payment is if they don't like the house.
Don't like the house, all right? Or don't like
you.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't like you, if they don't know you, if they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. You need to establish that authority, and you also need to be likable.
So before your appointment, you're alerting your Zillow Home Loan officer that you're friends with, saying, hey, you alert them and say, hey, I'm going to meet John Smith in half an hour, and you let them know.
I'll call 5 of them until one answers.
So there's another, you guys listening to this?
And I'll just be like, hey, are you ready in 20 minutes? Do you want to lead or not?
So he's also got multiple Zillow Home Loan officers. So now you sound like me. I mean, I worked with a guy just like Frank.
I learned from you.
And he hated me. Marshall Parsons. Call Marshall and say, how much do you hate Andrew? But I gave him 100 loans a year. But the rule was, Marshall, you don't call me back in 5 minutes, dude. I got people in my car. I'm going to call somebody else. Oh, he would scream at me, F-bombs, S-bombs, whatever.
Call Marshall for me. He's not picking up. Call him.
And he wouldn't pick up for 3 days, right? So your point is you're plowing through those Zillow Home Loan officers until you get one that responds.
Correct. Yeah. And then just let them know to be ready. And they'll most of the time, if they don't have calls scheduled, they'll be available. You call them in the home, right?
In the home, you call.
Hey, I just want to get you a quick idea of what this payment's going to look like.
So so you've warned the Zillow Home Loan officer beforehand. In the home, you call them even before you go follow up, boss. You actually call the loan officer.
Yeah.
And then you transfer it and follow up.
After the fact.
Do you hear that? Is everybody listening to that? So in the home, you do the three-way. I actually didn't know they were doing that. I thought do you do that also? In the home, you do the three-way to ZHL.
She does.
Look at that. She's like, I better say yes or Andy will shoot me. Never shoot a Marine.
There's a lot of ways to do it.
So stay with it. So you're letting the Zillow Home Loan officer know before, you're meeting the people in the home, and you introduce them through the buyer pack, and the payment issue comes up. If they don't bring the payment issue up, do you bring it up?
I don't.
Okay.
I won't bring it up, but I will say I'll structure things. So, and this is a little more advanced, but what I do is if you tell me you don't like this house, it smells like cat pee, whatever, then I'm going to take you to a house that's like way above our budget and it looks perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you know what you like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can afford this, John.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You know what? I have someone available that can tell you right now.
There you go.
Boom.
So you're doing a three-way transfer in the house. If you heard Jonathan right now, I want to ask everybody here, Kathy, watch who's responding, because these are the ones we know are going to sell homes. Say in the chat, would you, three-way transfer, right? If you heard that, say in the chat, three-way transfer. Look at that. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3-way T, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see these? See who's doing it? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Three-way transfer.
A 17.
Three-way transfer.
That's right, Smith.
Three-way transfer.
In the house.
In the house.
All right. Now, brother, just for the sake of time, because I think we could do this for an hour and a half, right? But it's California, so we're already way past their attention zone. So Zillow Home Loans, you call the loan officer before. In the house, you do a three-way transfer. You reassure them, let's get you the payment. And you said a few interesting things about appraisal fee, credit report, and so on. Can you just repeat that really quickly?
So we've kind of bounced back and forth on some of my bullet points.
You're good.
You're walking through the features of ZHL. If you don't know the features, that is really going to be hard for you to transfer, especially because they're probably going to go to their credit union because it's really hard to beat that interest rate. It's, they do a lot of similar features. But some of the things Zillow has that cannot be beat is, one, they're not going to charge you to check your credit. It's a soft pull, not a hard pull, until you're like in escrow. So they don't have to worry about that. It's not going to affect their credit. So those are huge for most people because they don't want to be like tied to something, right? And then the appraisal fee is $700. Do you want to pay $700? It's non-refundable if you don't like the house? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to get that covered for you. And then it's a match or beat rate. So even if you do have, because you're going to get that objection, oh, I have a lender already. I already like my payment.
All right. So I see that a lot in the notes. By the way, now I'm doing Spearheads with Blake. Blake, thank you for your attention to that. I do Spearheads with Blake Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. and we pass out each week, I don't know, $30 million worth of leads probably each week. And when I go into the notes, the most common thing that I see is this. Are you ready for it? It says in the notes, getting them pre-qualified. It's 2 weeks old, 4 weeks old, 6 weeks old, 8 weeks old, right? I want everybody to really understand this. When you make a lot of money, you learn how in your first showing, you make that connection in your first showing with your loan officer, and you're going to ask that loan officer for what? You're going to ask for a verbal pre-qual on the spot.
And if you can't get a pre-qual or a verbal pre-qual or anything, and they're just being way too objective, they're not trusting you yet.
Yeah.
What do you do, Andrew? You go for a bam fam, right?
So for me, yes, whether I get the financial money or not,
with them,
I will organize I'll book a second meeting.
Yeah.
Without fail, because I know if I don't, I'm never going to hear from them again.
And if it's a phone call, what do you do?
If it's a phone call, what now?
If it's a phone call, what do? You bam fam for another
100%, another phone call.
Exactly.
Every time, bam fam.
But are people doing that?
So are you doing that? How many of you go for booking a meeting every single time you have a phone call? Let's see a show of hands. Right, so none. That's what I thought. Oh, 1, 5, more. Look,
if they're not giving you anything, why aren't you trying to book another meeting?
So can I say something serious, but 1,000% truthful? If I have your permission to speak the truth to you, can I speak the truth? I want to see my screen blow up with thumbs up. All right, those 3 of you, I'd like you to call me tonight at 6. Here we go. Come on. I'm going to tell you the truth. As salespeople, we need confidence. So we walk confidently. We take a picture that looks nothing like us in a suit that we borrowed and a car that we hired, but at least we look good. Agents now are saying they're luxury agents posting other people's luxury properties. So we create this impression that is not based in reality. In a sense, that's good and bad. The bad of it is over time, people go, oh yeah, that's that con person. They never get their own listings. In the short term, they go, well, that person's confident. So confidence has a plus. Here's the negative of confidence. You think you're the shit. It's the most common thing with real estate. Listen to me and you go, Andrew, this is so tough. People leave your team, Andrew, because you're so tough. Okay. Eventually they'll come back because in the end, people need to know the truth. Here's the downside of confidence. Oh, yeah, I got along with them so well. And you're going to hear yourself right now. I got along with them so well. Yeah, we didn't set another meeting, but oh my gosh, I mean, they asked me to send them properties and I'm going to send them properties. And, I know the names of their kids and, oh, we just got along so well. I'm their real estate agent. You know how many agents think that when they leave? Do you know what the customers do in the driveway? They're on realtor.com. Within 5 minutes of leaving you. Now you go, Andrew, that's very cynical. It's not, it's factual. So get over your ego. You did not get along that well with them. None of the people that you meet go to Zillow on a Saturday morning and say, honey, I need a new best friend for the family. Can we go to Zillow? Nobody does that, right? Please understand, I don't care how well, I don't care if you quoted Bible verses all day long. I don't care if you exorcised a demon out of the street person that was outside the house. I don't care if a halo came out of heaven. I don't care if a rainbow jumped in the front yard. There's another Christian out there somewhere that's going to take him from you. And so whatever happens, I just got to finish my little rant right here. Whatever happens, do not be over self-confident. Set that next meeting, because if you don't, it's unlikely they'll ever talk to you again.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly right. That's right. So Doug actually really defines something really well. That's the difference between arrogance and confidence. So Doug is very confident, but I'll tell you something, after 30 years of sales, he sets that second meeting. And to Jonathan's point, if it's a phone call, we don't do that a lot. There's a phone call, right? I don't like to hang up a phone call unless I know I've got the next call booked, right? So again, John, if somebody says to you now, I'll put you back on the spot, bro, and they say, the guy says, well, I need to talk to my wife, or the wife says, I need to talk to my husband, how do you bam-fam that?
Of course. Hey, before you go, when you're talking with your wife, what are some of those questions you're going to go over with her? That way I can be prepared for the next meeting. And did you want to set that up for Tuesday at 4, or is tomorrow after 5 best?
So you're always bam-famming, right? I'll give you one more on top of that, and we'll go back to you. We'll go back to you. One more, and then we'll go back to Jonathan. Look, so many guys would say to me, I need to talk to my wife. Now, you know, it's America, so we know that women run America, right? They just don't get elected to president, which is why we have so many wars. But women will get elected to president. But here's the point. A guy says, I need to talk to my wife. How do I set a bam-fam from that? And this is exactly what I've said for 40 years. You're a smart guy, because men who don't talk to their wives don't stay married. You love your wife, right? Super. Do you know what? I can't wait to hear what she's got to say. When do you guys usually talk? Now, listen, you think I'm joking right now, but I've made money. Many of you haven't yet, so it's probably smart to listen. So say, when do you talk to your wife? Why do I say that? Because what guy wants to say, yeah, I fight with my wife all the time, never talk to her? Yeah, I can't stand talking to my wife. They all want to make out like they got the perfect marriage because they put it all over Facebook and it's all fake, right? So you say to the guy, when do you talk to your wife? Oh, we usually talk in the evenings. Great. When you get home from work? Perfect. So I tell you what, would you prefer I give you a call at 7 or 8 this evening? I can't wait to hear what your wife said. I want you to be able to tell your wife, I'm talking with somebody who respects you, honey, who wants to find out exactly what you think. So when somebody says they're going to talk to somebody, find out when. Tell them you respect the person in that conversation and set the appointment. That was your point, wasn't it? Yes.
Can I give you an objection that most people don't know?
I want to hear it. Give me any objection in the book, because that helps me flaunt my ego.
Hey, Andrew, I've had we really appreciate you showing these homes. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
But we're just gonna.
Oh, I was waiting for the but.
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
No, yeah. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it today.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It's kind of like a down payment, really. First time I meet somebody, it's a down payment. You know, it's just that I invest in you because I just highly motivated that you get a home. And you told me, right, you wanted to do this for your kids, right?
Yeah, that's
I bet your kids are really important to you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I prioritize you. You received the down payment today, but I've got all the rest ready to invest in you. What's the best time to get that home for your kids? Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Then I book my bam-fam.
Exactly.
Look, and that sounds like I'm just being a slick salesman, but it's not.
No.
It's a very simple thing. The first meeting's a down payment.
But I mean, how many people online know that that's an objection?
Yeah. How many of you online know it's an objection? What do you say, John? If somebody just says, thank you so much for showing me and bye, we're going to go have ice cream.
Hey, I love that I was able to show you some homes today. I can't wait to show you some more. I don't mind sharing my time with you. This is important to you and your family, so it's important to me. So would Tuesday or Thursday work best for you?
So I love what Jonathan, I love what he says. He's declaring, and you're saying this is important to you. This is important to me, and I love that.
Yes.
Who's learning from Jonathan right now? Anybody? Yes? All right, let's go back to Zillow Home Loans, bro. So
I think, hey, John, Andrew.
Hey, Danny. Hey, brother.
What's
By the
up,
way,
brother?
everybody say prayers for Danny. He's just had a couple of family members pass, and we love him. So everybody show Danny some love today, okay? Go ahead,
Thank you.
brother.
Hey, I just wanted to basically reiterate what Jonathan said. I know you talked right through it, but I think it's so important that 20 minutes before you're contacting these lenders, and these lenders that don't answer and he goes to the next one from ZHL, and then they get pre-qualified and they call him back, I can guarantee you that the next time Jonathan calls, they're going to be answering his phone call, because they're going to find out, if they haven't already, that if he's calling, you need to answer. I mean, he's solid, and Jonathan, like, everything you're doing, bro, I know that you're like soft-spoken, but like, your words speak power. So I appreciate it. And this is somebody that's been in business for 20 years. And I know you were talking today, and I was like, you know what? I got to get on here and listen to you. Appreciate everything.
We appreciate you being on here with all that you're going through. We love you, Danny. Play, and I want you to talk on this, okay? So you can just interject. We're going to show you how you make the ZHL transfer. Now, remember, for the best leads, ZHL, you need a pre-approval from ZHL. That is, you do the introduction, just like Jonathan said. You then make that, confirm that through Follow-Up Boss, and the loan officer will send you an email with their pre-approval, and you are now going to jump to green status. So let's show the video and how you do this. Because Jonathan said, very important, I called the loan officer before, I three-way during the meeting, and then I transfer it in Follow-Up Boss. Correct? Did I get you correctly?
That's correct.
Just interject as we go here.
Sometimes before I leave the meeting.
Lorena's going to show us. And by the way, if you say, I don't know where this video is, it's now a pop-up on TWT Agents. Go to twtagents.com, and it will pop up, and you can tap on it, and you can see the video. Here we go.
After discussing pre-qualification with a potential buyer, it's time to connect them with a lender directly through your Follow-Up Boss app. Go to the lead's profile and tap Stage to change the status of the lead. Be sure to change the status to Met With or Above to accurately reflect the buyer's engagement level. Scroll down to the lender section and tap Transfer to Zillow Home Loans. Choose your preferred ZHL lender from the list. Next, add a note about the buyer in the Notes About Contact Name section. Describe where the buyers are at in their home buying journey and any financial details you may know. Then tap Submit. Now,
so I just want to say something really quickly. If you don't put enough notes in here, there's less likely they're going to call, because
there's a reason for that. Jonathan, they have thousands of applicants a day. It's off the chart. They're the biggest freaking company in the world for real estate, right? So to Jonathan's point, again, what do you put in? What notes do you put in?
I put in everything I know about the customer. If they're wonky, if they're actually going to do it, if they're not, this is you and the lender talking without getting on the phone. You want constant connection with them. You need to tell them what's going on, like we're supposed to make notes for the clients. It's the same thing.
So I'm going to tell you something on Spearhead. Jonathan, a lot of you see me spearheading 4 days a week, right? You're with me. By the way, any of you online who wants to make 200,000, any of you with me who's determined to make money every 90 days, which is a lot less than 200,000, you should be on Spearheads. Unless you have another job that's 9 to 5, if you're working in the evening, you're not on Spearhead, you're not serious about your real estate business. It's just that simple, right? You do your gym before or after Spearhead, but not during Spearheads. You're picking up leads, right? Let's get everybody into that mode. And sorry, back to this, to notes. Why did I go off there? Notes. It's important what we're saying. Oh, yes. So Jonathan, in his CRM, when I see a Spearhead and Jonathan comes up, I don't even bother to open it anymore. Now, I will tell you something. 6 months ago, that wasn't true. 6 months ago, what Jonathan had done is he'd filled oh, you okay over there? Jonathan had, she's going to an appointment. Listen, 6 months ago, Jonathan had filled the top of his pipeline. Listen carefully, because he took 50 leads a day. He took all the Spearheads. He filled his pipeline. Some of you are taking 3 a week and you're exhausted. I really wonder. I mean, this country was started by people who were pioneers, who were tough. Where is that gone? Anyway, there's a lot of blue pills. I think we just put it in everybody's diet. Oh my God. I'm just turn it off. Hold on. Can you just turn that off? Listen to me. So for 6 months ago, he filled the top of his pipeline and he had so many push notifications coming through, he wasn't keeping up. Listen carefully to me. And so in Spearhead, I see the buyer is active. Jonathan had set them up on a search. It was a company lead. They'd been active 7 times and he hadn't reached out to them. So I would quickly text Jonathan. Maybe he couldn't get back, and sometimes those got spearheaded. He has gotten so good at it now. He's filled the top of his funnel. He's processing the middle of his funnel. And when they come out the bottom and he gets push notifications, he's on top of it, or his VA is on top of it. You need to hear this. I don't even bother. To try and spearhead a Jonathan Lee because I don't have the time. Every now and again, mate, I'll see one and I'll ping you and go, hey, Jay, are you on this one? He'll ping me back. And this is something else I love about Jonathan. He'll ping me back and say, hey, mate, I've forgotten this one. Let me get on it. Or he'll say, haven't had any luck reaching them, please spearhead it. There's so much abundance. So notes in FUB to the ZHL is as important as notes in FUB for spearheading. The notes are absolutely crucial. Go ahead, back to this.
You nailed it. Like I said, it's just you want to make a communication to the lending officer, and you're not going to be able to get on the phone with them all the time. And if this is, even that's kind of like not enough notes. Like the first-time home buyer, this is what they have.
Think about the loan officer too. Jonathan, is this not true that the loan officer is going to see that note and they're going to go, let's say this person's name is Bob. I can't say, hey, Bob, this is John from Zillow Home Loans. Thanks so much for reaching out. I know you just met Jonathan. Congratulations, by the way. I see that you've saved $35,000 from working.
Yeah.
And I see you're really into new builds, and I'm here to make that happen for you. That is everybody understanding online? Are you understanding what I'm saying? That's a totally different loan officer call to, hi, I'm Bob. I'm a loan officer. I'm here to get you qualified.
Correct.
So notes, next.
Set some tasks.
Well, let's introduce your contact to the lender. We'll do this via text for today's tutorial. There will be 2 options to choose from. Tap on Send a Group Text. The intro text will be pre-populated, introducing your buyer to your ZHL lender. Feel free to customize this message with any specific instructions for either party. Once you're ready, tap Send to complete the introduction. You successfully transferred a new contact to your ZHL lender within Follow Up Boss. Now, let's set up our tasks to maximize our lead conversion. On the leads profile screen, tap the blue Add icon at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Now, tap the task icon. Title this task, Follow-up Call with ZHL Chat, and Schedule Next Showing Appointment. Change the task type to Call by tapping on Follow-up, then Call.
Yeah.
Select the date and time right after your call with the lender by tapping on Date, then choose the appropriate date and time. Once all details are set, tap Create to finalize your task. To view this task,
Jonathan, why are you creating a task for you to call the lender back?
I want to make sure that they made a connection with the client. There's a lot of times they won't answer, they won't get back to them, they won't reach out at all, because that's just human nature, right? So I always follow up with both the lender and the client.
So again, this comes back to hungry. And I'm going to continue to interact with you like this until we're into regions. If you're really, I mean hungry, not, look, I want to make a little money in real estate. I mean, you're hungry like you are ferociously hungry and you want to make $200,000 a year. You're hungry. I want you to show me hungry right now. Just say hungry. By the way, in the room, how many of you are hungry? Like, hungry.
Yes.
So that's 2 of you. And this is the problem in the real estate industry. I'm serious.
They're eating too good.
How many of you are hungry? Let's see the names. Can you write down the names of people that are hungry? Look, they're coming up here.
Leslie Coretti.
Leslie's hungry. Who's hungry? So if you got a boyfriend who's got a lot of money, you're not
hungry. Hungry.
All right, Thomas is hungry. There he is. That looks like a hungry man right there. Your cheeks look hot, Thomas. Joseph, hungry. Sarah, all right. Now I'm going to tell you. Listen. If you're hungry, act like you're hungry. Ah! You got to act like you're hungry. And I see all the time, because you watch me doing spearheads, Miracles on it every day, all the time it says, transfer to Zillow Home Loans. Transfer to Zillow Home Loans.
Haven't heard back.
Bro, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is an issue, not of administration. It's an issue of hunger. Don't try this out. Make this your career. That's a matter of being hungry. We all do lots of different things. I hear it all the time. Oh, yeah, hey, Andy, I got to break off spearhead. I'm going to take my kid to a soccer game. Hey, Andy, I got to break off, I don't know, my uncle this or my aunt that or whatever. Look, and then you suddenly find you don't make money in real estate. Now you got to get a job. We've got a friend who just did that. Now this friend's got to drive to San Diego 5 days a week for an hour and a half in traffic there and an hour and a half on the way back. And I guarantee you that boss isn't going to say, sure, go get your hair done wherever you want. Sure, just show up whenever you want. You have to show up on time. So why not show up on time to your career? The idea of this is not teaching you administration. Are you hungry? Ah! Get hungry. So when you transfer here, you send a note to the ZHL lender, you set yourself a task reminding you, and then where do you see that task, Jonathan, how do I remember it?
You see that task in FUB. If you have your integration set up, you should get a text and an email to remind you of the task.
Of the task. So you get a text, you get an email, and you can see it on your dashboard.
But I do want to mention one more thing.
Let's hear it.
You did touch on it, but you need to realize as the realtor, you are kind of a quarterback, right?
Yes.
Everything's your fault.
Ooh, this is good.
You make the play, you run the play. If you want to rely on somebody else to do your job, you're going to have to deal with the result. So again, it's all on you. So if you don't follow up,
Love that.
then don't be mad when you don't get a pre-approval. It just doesn't work that way.
All right, let's finish the video.
Ask. Go to the contact's profile and navigate to the Calendar tab. Alternatively, on your home screen, find Calendar at the bottom of the screen. Tap on the day of the ZHL call, and there you'll see your task. Manage your ZHL transfer like a true professional with Follow Up Boss. Streamline interactions and follow-ups to ensure seamless transactions.
Fantastic job. Jonathan, any last thing that you can share, or does anybody online have a question, or in the room have a question for Jonathan about Zillow Home Loans? Any questions, guys?
I'm open for questions.
Kathy.
Hit it all.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you.
Shoot.
Hey, so when you do your package, the driveway, do you do it in the driveway, or do you do like part in the driveway and then do the rest inside at the kitchen, or how do you present it?
I want to break protocol here, but no, I don't do the driveway. I don't do the driveway. I used to, but like it gets windy and it just, anyways, I'm not going to make excuses. I used to do the driveway for like a year and I still did well. So you can, like I said, it depends on your comfort level. If you want it to be a little bit easier, bring them into the kitchen, right? Let them go look at the house. You hang out in the kitchen, find the other properties for next week, or not what next week, the next appointment. And because you've already got a few scheduled, and then you get ready in the kitchen for your presentation. And then when they come down, either the first house or the second house is when I do it.
Got it. Thank you.
One thing I wanted to point out, one of the most important things that Jonathan said was following up, because I get lots of comments from people. I transferred all these people. How come I'm in red or I'm only in fair? It's because you're not following up. Setting that task and following up with not only ZHL, but with your client to make sure they're sending over. That's the key. You can do all that, all those steps, but if you don't follow up, you're not going to get that pre-approval. So one of the best things you said was that task.
Yeah, perfect. So I'd like everybody to show some love for Jonathan. He did a fantastic job. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.